What does all this mean, and what could possibly happen here, and all the legal ins and outs? Fox News senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, good to see you.
Good to see you. So, I mean, Edward set this up very nicely for us. We expect the ruling around 4 o'clock Eastern today from a judge who I would describe as, I hope you'll forgive this word, libertarian-ish. A judge who is not afraid to stop the government, a judge who has a belief in the free market, a judge who has a track record of invalidating government behavior which he believes violates fundamental rights. Now, having said that, you had a colossal battle for 7 weeks, and this is what lawyers call a swearing contest. You had experts on the government side swearing this is going to destroy competition. You had experts on AT&T's side swearing this is going to enhance competition. But the courts are reluctant to interfere with a vertical merger. AT&T owns the pipes and the wires. Time Warner owns the content. They don't compete with each other. They will, if you believe AT&T's argument, enhance each other. So you have every reason to expect that this will be approved, either as offered or with minor tinkering. Now, people could be laughing at me in 2 hours because Judge Leon could come out with a judgment that sides with the government, but it would be out of character for him, and it would be inconsistent with the signals he sent, the unmistakable signals during the trial.
Yeah, because he went after the government lawyers a lot on their arguments, right? How much does outside noise and developments affect this, though, Judge? I was mentioning about all the media stocks, ours included, and Disney and Comcast, that have been caught up in this and that deals are pegged to if this is approved. In other words, if you know that's a possibility and that all those stocks are reacting or will react to what you decide, what do you think?
I thought that your summary of what might happen at the end of the last segment before I walked onto the studio was truly brilliant and is likely to happen. Question, can the judge take that into account? Can he take into account that many more of these will come, acquisitions and mergers, and a lot more work for the DOJ and a lot more work for the judiciary? Answer, no. No, he can only resolve this case on the basis of the evidence that came before him in the courtroom. And what might follow economically or logically is not evidence in this case.
Because some look at the Comcast NBC Universal deal as the one that fed this deal, and then other deals to come. But you can't even entertain that?
No, you can't. But I will tell you what is happening within a quarter mile of where we are seated now. And some very large and successful law firms have their headquarters beefing up their mergers and acquisitions departments because they expect the same ruling we all do, and they expect their clients to be buying each other out, almost like the frenzy we saw in the Reagan era.
But don't judges or lawyers in general look at the dynamics in just the course of the 20 months this was proposed and where we are now? Look at what's happened to Netflix. Look at the emergence of Amazon Prime and Video and Hulu and all these other services that have become cash cows and juggernauts unto themselves, eclipsing the value of even AT&T.
Yes, they will. But
so in other words, if the argument this is anti-competitive and all these technologies have emerged in the interim, your argument potentially against it kind of loses its froth.
Look, sometimes a mouse can swallow an elephant. When Cap Cities bought AT&T, bought ABC, ABC was many, many times the size of Cap Cities. So we don't know who's going to buy out whom from and after.
But wasn't that Randall Stevenson's argument at AT&T? Look around, Judge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's fascinating to me. It's the intersection of law, economics, and then a little bit of politics.
Yeah. And a little bit of drama.
It keeps you and me, and even Gasparino, when he doesn't have anything better to do, keeps us busy.
Absolutely. When he's not at a restaurant, dialing in.
Oh, he knows good restaurants.
He does, really. He poo-pooed my Olive Garden idea. He just said no.
I'm with him on that.
Yeah, I hear you. You're both very sophisticated. They only go to restaurants with tassels on the menu. That's what I mean by it.